All right, direct response email copywriting. So finally, we are at the point where I'm going to be actually teaching you how to write high level emails. Okay, now we're going to begin with direct response email copywriting. Excuse me. And the reason for that is very, very simple. The direct response copywriting simply means email copywriting that is intended to sell to your customers. There's nothing more and nothing else about it. No fluff, no talking around, just you, your customers, and the only goal is to make them click on the link and make the purchase. Okay, this is what the direct response copywriting is. And before you can get into more advanced, writing styles of emails, I believe this one is the best one to learn as the first. Okay, this is very, very important because direct response teaches you the basics of the sales in the rawest way possible. Okay, and so if you really want to become good at email copywriting, you have to go in this route. So let's get right into it. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the attention, which we already covered in the previous lesson, but I'm just going to give you some more angles for your headlines, okay? Like I've told you, the subject line is like the handshake before a conversation. If it's weak, you're gone. Together, they pull in your reader, right? Your subject lines and your hook is like they pull in your reader and they're more interested to read. So these frameworks work. So new thing plus benefit. So discover this game-changing tool, which is new thing, for confidence, which is benefit. Benefit plus time frame. Boost your stamina, benefit, in just 7 days, time frame. Blind thing plus benefit. The secret to effortless control you haven't heard of. Blind thing is the secret, right? Effortless control, blah, 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 is the benefit. Benefit plus proof. Over 10,000 guys, proof, improved their performance with this, benefit. Action plus benefit. Take control today and feel the difference. So action, take control today is the action and feel the difference is the benefit. Fastest benefit plus claim, the quickest way, fastest benefit to master your stamina guaranteed is the claim. Okay, now the next part that you have within your email is the front name. Okay, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So when I'm in my email inbox, this part right here with the names is the front name I'm talking about. Now, if you see, most of the people, like 99% of people, just use their front names, okay? But this doesn't make you stand out. So what you want to do is you want to stand out, right? And how you stand out? By either writing the main feature or the main benefit or asking them a very personal question, okay? So, because look, you see all these names, right? And then just imagine there isn't a name and there would be like a name that says this is why you're poor, and you're like, oh, and you pay more attention to this, right? So this is why I'm telling you to stand out. It pays off. Obviously, if you have reputation as an email marketer, you don't need to do that. Like, if people already know you, if your email list is aware of you, you don't need to do that. You need to do that if your audience doesn't know you and if they're cold. Okay? So that's pretty much it. Now, the next thing you have to do is to hook the reader in, which is to grab their attention right away. Now, don't waste the first line, right? Speak directly to their problem or desire. Use a sentence that feels like a splash of cold water. A sentence that wakes them up and makes them need to keep on reading. Now, examples of strong hooks. Ever feel like you're not performing at your best when it matters most? Here's why most men struggle to keep things exciting and how to fix it. Tired of the same solutions that just don't work, and I can keep on going and keep on going. Now, the body of the copy is the PWAT formula I already taught you. Okay, if you remember closely, if you remember the lesson from the fundamentals of the body structure of the body of the copy, I taught you this PWAT formula, which stands for problem, why, agitate, and tease. Now, I highly recommend you use this PWAT formula for your direct response emails and even for other emails. This formula works absolutely amazing. Okay? Now, this is very simple. We already covered that, but we'll go through it. Okay? So, problem. Start by naming the pain point your reader has. The main thing here, two things. Be extremely specific. Like, imagine your reader wakes up in the middle of the night and they check the email. They don't have the brain capacity to process, very difficult thoughts and very difficult ideas and concepts. So you literally have to say it like you would say it to a small child, right? Like to a 10-year-old, okay? After you do that, you also, this is very, very important, you have to be specific, okay? You cannot just tell them, do you feel sick? Like, this is not specific, this is general, right? You have to be like, okay, does your back hurt whenever you wake up in the morning? Like, this is how you have to be specific, okay? Like, specific and simple to understand. Then, like I've told you, you tell them why the reason why they think the problem exists is not even true. And then you tell them the real reason. You build up the authority for it, right? So we already covered that in the unique mechanisms lesson. And then you give them solution in a form or shape of your product, but you don't give the solution away fully. What you do is you only tease the solution, okay? That's the most important thing. You just tease the solution by either mentioning the results or by mentioning what it does. Nothing more, nothing else. And then at the end, or before teasing the problem, it doesn't really matter. It's matter of what flows better in the situation you're in. Then you also agitate the problem. So you tell them what's going to happen if they don't treat the problem right now by clicking on the link and what might happen as a consequence. Okay? Now at the end of the lesson, I'm going to show you one of the emails I wrote myself, and yeah, with this structure. Okay? And last thing, you have to close with a strong call to action. Okay? And like I've said, I will show you the email. Now the next thing you have to do is you have to overcome objections. Now you will not be doing that all the time, just in some cases where your audience, if your audience has a lot of doubts and you know that, and you should know that by researching if they have a lot of doubts or not, you should make the research and you should address their objections by including the PS line, okay? So, example PS line. Not sure if this will work for you? Don't worry. Check the 10,000 plus success stories and that comes with a 30-day guarantee. Try it risk-free today. So The reason why you should do that is because a lot of people scroll straight for the PS line or for the end. And if they see something like this, it makes your service more believable. Okay? That is very, very simple. So that's pretty much it. Now, you have to be entertaining, okay? Because plain and boring emails get deleted. You have to stand out by being different. So use unexpected phrases, vivid imagery, and a conversational tone. Speak like you're talking to a friend over a drink. And guys, this is not irony. I'm actually telling you that you have to write like you talk to people. Obviously, you're not going to use like bad words and stuff like that, and your grammar is going to be nice, like punctuation, and the text is going to look professional, but the way the text is going to be structured is going to be just conversational. Like I've told you already, the most important thing is that everybody has to get it, and people are not smart. So you have to write in a very simple conversational way. That's pretty much it. Now, final tips. Rule of 1. Okay. Each section of your email has one job only: to get the reader to the next section. Don't try to do too much. So, if you have first sentence or hook, its goal should be to get the reader to the second sentence. Then the second sentence should get the reader to the third, and and so on and so on. And then the call to action has to get them to click. But before the call to action, you have like 10 sentences or like 15 sentences that get them to click on the final punch. Okay? Next thing, sell the click. Your goal isn't to sell the product in the email. Your goal is to sell the curiosity to click on the link in the email. And last thing, test and tweak. Not every email will be a home run, right? Test different subject lines, hooks, and call to actions to find what works for your audience. Now, with that said, let's get into the analysis of the email, okay? Okay, so this is one of the direct response emails I wrote. In the past, it performed pretty well. And let me just show you, because I've essentially used the PWAT formula in there. So, this weird fat blocking ritual kills the fat. So, I'm not boring in this subject line. I'm very conversational, and I'm not giving away all the information. I'm telling them this weird ritual kills the fat, but I'm not telling them how. I'm just telling them it exists, and if you want, read. So, scientists from Germany have revealed the true cause of why middle-aged women can't flush fat out of their bodies, and the result left them completely speechless. So, building up authority right away. Building up authority. True case of why middle-aged women can flush fat out of their bodies, clearly defining the pain point. So, I'm clearly defining it, right, by mentioning middle-aged women, which is clearly defining the target audience, and flush fat out of their bodies, clearly defining the problem. Very specific, important. And the result left them completely speechless. And it might leave you speechless too. I'm telling them that the reason why they think the problem exists actually isn't true. I'm not saying it directly. You don't have to always say it directly, but you just need to create a curiosity inside of their minds, right? And this is what I did. 87.23% of the study participants have lost at least 10 pounds, while the average weight loss was 35 pounds, thanks to this weird fat blocking ritual. What am I doing here? Teasing the solution, okay? Try this one for yourself too. And here we have the call to action. I'm telling them, try this one for yourself too. The call to action is super simple. Just telling them, try it, done, right? This weird fat blocking ritual kills the fat after you wake up. Doing the call to action in a way that's very specific. Again, being specific and super simple to understand and oriented towards the benefit of the audience. Here, I'm amplifying the pain. What might happen if they don't act now? Stop dreading yourself with all these high PWATs. Instead, do the scientifically proven ritual every morning and enjoy the same results the participants of the study did. So I'm mixing up the amplification of the pain by telling them what might also happen if they choose to enroll with me, which is, enjoying these benefits that I just mentioned. So I hope this makes sense. I'll do way more analysis of emails. I just want to make sure you really understand this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I look forward to you in the next lesson. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And let's do it.